Okay, good. That's why I wasn't seeing it. That's Kelly Osbourne. Okay, so I wasn't gonna go live because today was a good day. Um, but I and hopefully you guys can see me. I know the lighting is orange up in here, but the sun is going down, and this is the best lighting I could get. But at least y'all can see me, so whatever. Um, so oh God. Okay. So I was seeing on YouTube that, here we go again with these black women over here doing videos about not supporting beauty supply stores because um there's Asian people and they're being, I mean, Korean people, and they're being racist. First off, how do you know they're Korean? First off. And they're like, oh, they're racist towards black people and they're following black people around the store. They're doing their job. They're doing their job. And the thing about it is, it's like, I don't know why black people are so offended with people doing their freaking job. Like, if you're not stealing, then why are you tripping about if they're following you around the store or not? If you're not stealing. And the thing about it is like, they won't have to worry about that if people weren't stealing. If people weren't stealing. But there is unfortunately people that be stealing from the beauty supply store. What? People that be stealing from the beauty supply store. So if you don't plan on stealing, then why are you so concerned with people following you around the store? Like, that's stupid. Then on top of that, the beauty supply stores, yes, yes, they're located in the hood, right? But the thing about it is, people in the hood complain that they don't have resources that people have outside of the hood. So people bring it in the hood, and they bring it in the hood so they can sell it at a cheaper price. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, it's like, a lot of the people that walk into these beauty supply stores, they're walking in, women are walking in with bonnets on. Get Zay out the car. I told your mother. Eh, eh, eh. That's how you coming up in the store. But yet you want people to respect you? You don't even respect yourself. You walking in there, titties out, these tight leggings on, your booty jiggling. Like, you look crazy walking into a place of business. Okay, your all the when I was selling my oil out of in front of the beauty supply store at, in the city next to mine, I sat there and I watched the different women that were coming out, and 98% of the women that were walking in that store had bonnets on. They had scarves on, they had bonnets on, they smelled like dank. They were coming in there with they sweats on, sweatshirts on. I mean, they were all looking, I don't want to say bummy, but they were looking like they just rolled out of bed and they didn't take a shower and they don't care how they look. They like, my hair ain't done, so I'm not gonna get dressed. They didn't even try. And let me tell you something. This is business. So when you walk into a place of business, right? It's how you present yourself. So if you walk in there looking nice, they will treat you like, okay, this person has money. This person is actually here to buy something. But if you walk in there looking janky, you got sweats on, sweatshirt, you got the hood on, you cussing, you smell like heck of marijuana, they're going to keep their eye on you because they don't know if you're going to steal or not. You know what I'm saying? And you're coming there on your cell phone. You got this gangster music playing. Oh, you finna shoot up place. They talking about they gonna shoot places up. They on drugs and stuff. It's like, that's the music that's playing on your cell phone. You know what I'm saying? And then you talking about, can I get some help in wigs? I mean, Don't nobody working here. That's how you coming. That's how some black people be coming. And let me tell you this right now. I tested it because I walked in there looking really nice one day at one beauty supply store. All the beauty supply stores I went to, I've never had anybody following me. And even if I did, I thank God they were there because when I had a question, they were right there. Okay. But then one time I went to a beauty supply store and I had on a big jacket with a hood, with my hood on, looking and baggy pants. And I walked in and they were like, and I seen the demeanor change. So it's about how you present yourself. Ladies, would you want a guy walking up on you? He got snot coming down his nose, his hair looking crazy. Talking about, "Mom, let me holler at you real quick." And he over there looking crazy, snot coming out of his nose, his hair wild, smells like onions. But wait a minute, he's really nice though. He's really nice. He has a nice car and he has a nice house, and he believes in God. Would you still go on a date with him? Would you still kiss him? No, you gonna be turned off, right? But if a guy walks up on you and he's, put together, you gonna be, you may consider that. Okay, it's the same way at the beauty supply stores. How you present yourself is how you gonna be treated. You can't tell people to respect you. You don't even respect yourself. And you guys are talking about, oh, racism, racism. First off, just because you went to one beauty supply store or a couple beauty supply stores in that city and you experienced that, don't point that to all Korean people because that's not right. Because first off, how do you know the people that own the beauty supply stores are Korean? They could be Asian. They could be Vietnamese. They could be Chinese. They could be Hawaiian. Like, just because they have a Asian looking face does not mean they're Korean. That could be racist in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Then you guys are talking about, oh, there's not black people working there. Black people don't want to work. Some black people don't want to work, especially in the hood. Listen, stop and think about it for a second. You're in the hood, you're on Section 8. You got government paying for your housing. You got food stamps. You got cash aid. You getting free money, scamming the system. Why would you want to go work? You're going to get all that taken away if you go work. People say they can make more money at home on government assistance than they can actually working. That's dumb. Then on top of that, y'all are the same ones that be like, oh, a lot of these girls, they out here doing hair, they don't even have their license. But those are the same girls that you want to go work at a local beauty supply store and be selling people hair color, selling people relaxers, selling people different stuff for their hair, not even knowing what they talking about because they have no clue about hair or makeup or nails. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is crazy to me. A lot of the hairstylists are like, well, I only see one hairstylist, but all these people in the hood talking about don't buy at the Korean beauty supply stores because they're racist and they eat off of black people. Bruh, go to sleep with that. Ain't nobody eating off of black people. Ain't nobody eating off of black people. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you know how much product they have to sell? Listen, oh my gosh, bro, people can make more money from other races outside of African American people than they can really make micro links. I'm telling you right now, there's a woman that's Italian that's in New York right now doing micro links for $1,500. Name one black person that's gonna do that. Name one black person that's gonna spend $1,500 to get micro links. I'll wait. No, I won't. Like, I mean, you may have some, and the black people that will go spend $1,500 for micro links are the people that are working, and they want to have they want to have good quality hair, and they don't mind spending the extra money to get good service. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of these people that are complaining about Korean beauty supply stores, they're not even opening up beauty supply stores. Like, y'all not even opening up beauty supply stores. And the moment y'all do and y'all start hiring black people, y'all gonna see. Like I told you, I'm going to beauty school. I wanted to work at a beauty supply. Okay, one of the schools I looked at right next door was a beauty supply that I was going to since I was a child. Right. When I asked them if they were hiring, it was all like, Asian descent in there. When I asked them if they were hiring, they said no. Then I'd be like, oh, is it because I'm black? No, I was just like, okay, you guys aren't hiring. Cool. There was another beauty supply store I wanted to work at in that city. I was like, are you guys hiring? They said no. Did I be like, oh, it's because I'm a woman? It's because I'm black, huh? Why don't y'all want to hire black people? Why don't y'all got black people? No. Like, you cannot tell a business owner who they want to hire. You ain't nobody finna tell me, oh, God's chosen hair care, y'all need to hire these people and these people. No, no, no. Don't tell me who I need to hire. Okay? Because it's different over here. We just don't hire just anybody. Okay? And I respect that 100% because I'm a business owner. So at God's chosen hair care, when I do start employing people, you off rip have to be God fearing. You 100% have to believe in God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit. 100%. If you don't, that's a deal breaker. I'm not hiring you. Okay? You believe in God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Great. Okay. Now, what do you know about hair? That's another thing too. If you don't know about hair, I can't hire you. And if God tells me off rip not to hire you, I'm not gonna hire you. You feel me? It's nothing personal. It's not like I hate you. It's not like I'm racist. It's just business. And they talking about what are you I don't even know what you're trying to ask me. But anyways, I don't even know what you're trying to ask me. So can you rephrase your question? You're probably asking me what am I saying. If you listen to what I'm saying, you'll know. But like I said, I don't know what you were trying to ask me. So can you revise your question? Thank you. Um, so and then people will be like, I didn't get offended because, they didn't want to hire me. Like, I didn't take it personal. It's not even that deep. It's not even that serious, right? It's not even that serious. I just moved on and now I'm at a retail store. Um, I'm from Texas. I was born in Texas, but I was raised in California. I now work at a retail store. Okay. I now work at a retail store. Um, I now work at a retail store. And there's, mixed cultures in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, and people, I don't know why people like to say, or why, mostly black people like to say, oh, Korean people are racist. They don't let, when black people try to open up a beauty supply store, they knock them down and they make the prices so high. First off, why are you going through the Koreans? Why are you going through the Koreans to be your supplier? Why don't you go to the source? Like, why don't you go to these black owned companies? Um, why why are you trying to go through Koreans? Why are you trying to go through Koreans for to get product? Like, why don't you go to these black owned companies that you're trying to, you know, buy from? Like, if you don't know, you know, the back end of business, please don't speak on business because it's so easy for people that don't own a business, that never ran a business, a storefront business, to talk about somebody else's storefront business that they've been there for years, that they've been having for years. Let me tell you something right now. To say that you will not support a group, a race of people because of your bad experience at one store or a couple stores is racist in itself. Okay. Then on top of that, it's very ignorant. Okay. Um, Let me ask you this for the people that be like, I won't support Korean businesses or whatever, right? Um, if God forbid you needed an ambulance and the person hopped out and they were Korean, would you somehow ask God to give you the strength and the breath to tell that person, no, 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 don't touch me. I know I need oxygen right now. You're Korean. You're Korean. You're Asian. Give me a black person. Don't you touch me. Give me a black person. I want a black person. No, no. You're not gonna you're not gonna be like, give me a black person. You're gonna take them, whether they're black, white, Asian, whatever, because you need help at that moment, right? So I mean, stop and think about it. Like, how are you really finna say, I'm finna go out of my way to not support these people, and you're talking about these people being racist, but you don't think that you being racist by saying you're not supporting these group of people? Like, what happened to hashtag stop the Asian hate? Like, what happened to that? And then these same people talking about, I'm not supporting Korean businesses, be the same people that be like, oh, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is in a cult. And yeah, I said it. All these little organizations that don't have God involved is in a cult. You guys are pledging your allegiance to an occult. And my brother tried to tell me, he tried to tell me about Black Lives Matter, but I was so pledged up with Black Lives Matter that I wasn't seeing it. And when I, stepped away from it and I got my life right with God, I started seeing that Black Lives Matter is an occult. And Black Lives Matter stole millions of dollars from families. Okay. Stole millions of dollars from families. And they were enticing black people transitioning from police. They were inciting the police activity, the police brutality. They'll be showing videos, but I'm not going to get into that because that's a deeper thing I'm not going to talk about on this live, because in this live I'm talking about certain black people saying they're not going to support Korean businesses because Korean businesses are racist. First off, you labeling all beauty supply owners as Korean is ignorant and racist in itself. Okay. I think people throw around the word racist so much, people don't even know what racist is anymore. Because people be like, oh, that's racist, that's racist, that's racist. Bro, you racist. You racist. Shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like racist is when you put a sign in the window say no black people allowed. That's like discrimination. There's a fine line between being racist and being discriminated against. Okay, racist is trying to is hanging a noose in the window, or putting just different images like that towards a certain group. You saying, oh, death to this people or death to these people or don't support these group of people, that's discrimination and that's racist. Then on top of that, y'all keep doing a lot of this. You could have a Korean beauty supply store take that offensively and take that offensively and um take that offensively and yeah, take that offensively and whatchamacallit, and do a whatchamacallit, defamation lawsuit. Like, that's a whole lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole lawsuit. Um uh yeah, that's a whole lawsuit from that you could have. Okay. Um that's a whole lawsuit. That's a whole lawsuit that you can have by the people that want to for the people that want to whatchamacallit, um the people that want to sue you. Like, they could literally they could whatchamacallit, they could sue you for defamation because you're saying you're not, hiring black people. You cannot tell a company who they can and cannot hire. Who is you? And talking about, oh, they selling black people products. Bro, those Camille Rose, TGIN, Mael, those companies, yeah, you guys are talking about, oh, it's only for black people. It's only for black people. Those companies are open to other races using their product. So while y'all over there talking about, oh, this is only for black people, this is only for black people, you don't own that product. You're not the business owner for TGIN and Mael and no, you're not the business owner. You're not the creator of those products. How you finna say it's only for black people? How you finna say that when the owner of the business, the owner of the product is saying this is for all hair types? How you finna say that when black people, I'm sorry, when white people and Asian people and Latino people use Mael, they use TGIN. How do you explain that? It's working for their hair. How do you explain that? Bro, are you freaking kidding me? Like, stop playing. Like, stop freaking playing. You guys are trying to put these companies in a box. And that's why Mael was getting so much backlash for so long because um they were like, oh, Mael was supposed to only be for black people, and now you got other races using it, and it's only this is supposed to be for only black people. The owner of Mael came out and it was like, because they asked her in a press conference, it was like, so is your products only for black people? And she said, no, it's for everyone. There's other cultures using my products. It's not just for black people. It's for all the cultures. So how are y'all sitting here saying that all these products that's in the beauty supply store are all for black people? I see white girls walking to the beauty supply store, Latino girls walking in the like that's so stupid. That's like saying eyelash extenders are only for black people or Asian people. That's so dumb. That's so stupid. How would you feel if somebody was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get my hair done by black people because black people as hairstylists they're so ghetto. They charge you ridiculous prices." And no, when that was going around and it's still going around, y'all get your panties in a bunch and be like, "Oh, we're professionals. We had to do this and do that." You guys defend your name and you guys be like, oh, we have good quality stuff and we're good quality hairstyles and this and that. You guys go so hard when people talk trash about black hairstylists. Y'all be so mad. Y'all egos be so bruised. But yet y'all the same ones that go and talk about quote unquote Korean people, Asian people. Y'all not supporting them. And when y'all get the same backlash, it's, oh, people always want to bash black people. People don't want to see black people do good. Wait a minute. You're just reaping what you sow. You were just talking about Korean people, and now when people are talking about black people, now you want to get all defensive. Keep that same energy. You had your opinion on Koreans. Let them have their opinion about black people. What you so mad for? Come on now. What you so mad for? What you so mad for? And let me tell you something. Let me say this right now. If your only revenue of income is like, beauty supply store or hair or whatever, you should have multiple streams of income, not just one. Okay? And let me tell you this right now. Let me tell you something behind the scenes about business and owning a business. That's not just you being, there's a difference between being a hairstylist and being a business owner. Okay. Like when you have your own salon, that's a business that's your business, right? That's a building that you have your business in. Like say God Shows and Hair Care would be a salon in a building and I'm doing people's hair, but I'm paying rent, or I could own that business. But if I was to employ people, I now go to a different level. So I have to make sure I'm filing taxes, you know what I'm saying? I have to make sure that I'm filing, that I have employees now, what I'm paying them, all this different stuff. Um, and then on top of that, I have to make sure if I'm going to be going into business by myself and having employees by myself, that I'm doing things by the book. It gets different and a little sticky when you have a business partner. So now it changes again when you have a business partner. Then on top of that, say at my salon, I want to have a salon and a beauty supply store. So I have wigs and stuff like that. Now I have to get a warehouse, a distribution center, and I have to get a supplier. Okay. When you have a supplier that's supplying your supplies for your beauty supply store or your retail store, whatever you're paying, the supplier is going to charge you a certain amount of money to get what product they have to you. So if I'm getting Malaysian, Indian hair that's 100% virgin coming from India, I can have a supplier out of Malaysia that's supplying me that product. Okay, they could be selling to me for a wholesale price. Okay, and somebody else could be selling it the same thing for a different price. Am I going to call that person racist because they're trying to sell me a price higher than this person? No, it's two different distributions, it's two different suppliers, it's business. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, in order for them to get what they have, I'm paying for shipping, I'm paying for them to package it, I'm paying for quality grade Indian hair from Malaysia from this supplier. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going into business with this supplier. There's contracts involved. It's, you know what I'm saying? This there's contracts involved. There's agreements, and discussions being had. Like, it's business, okay? And at the end of the day, this is exactly why, as a business person, there's one person, I believe it was Time the Infamous, that she had a vendor list. She was talking about a vendor. I think it was Time the Infamous, where she was saying that she had a vendor list. And the vendor list was a group of different vendors from outside of the US that, supplies to the US. And you could call those people and see which people you would want to work with. You know what I'm saying? With the pricing and stuff like that. Um, so I think it was Time the Infamous. I can't remember. It was someone, I remember watching someone on YouTube, and this was 2 years ago when I was still, getting God shows and hair care up and running and stuff. Um, but y'all, it's business. It's not just you wanting to have a beauty supply store, you find a location and then you just have all these supplies. No. Then on top of that, it's how frequently are you buying from your distributor? Like, if you're buying in bulk and you put it on your shelves, do you have stuff in the warehouse? Do you have, like, how often are you buying from your supplier? It's so deep. Like, people think it's super easy to own a business, and it's not. People think that it's easy to get um uh supplies from like TGIN or black owned companies. Let me tell you something right now. In order for you to work with Miel or whatever, you have to get their permission. Because if you have a beauty supply store that is not registered, or that is not, you know, you can be in violation of the company. Because check this part out too, though. Check this part out too, which a lot of people don't realize, is that these beauty supply stores that have different products have a contract with the owner. Perfect example, Kaleidoscope. Judy, right? Okay, Judy, the one that's married to the brat. Okay, she has her miracle drops, right? She was like, her miracle drops are in certain beauty supply stores, right? So there's a list of beauty supply stores that has her product. There's other beauty supply stores that had fake miracle drops from Kaleidoscope, right? So if you have these quote unquote products from TGIN or Kaleidoscope, but they're fake, and you're selling that, you as a business person, because it's your business, you could be sued. And then Kaleidoscope sues you, you pay Kaleidoscope, and you can sue the person you got it from because they sold you a counterfeit product. And it's called partnership. You can't just open up a store. Like, I can't open up my own store and start selling Louis Vuitton. No, because, and then on top of that, I'm not giving Louis Vuitton a cut. No, just like here on YouTube, right? If you take somebody's video and you try to make it like your own, that's what? Copyright. So you could get sued for that. They will take your video down. Why? Because you're trying to replicate or duplicate somebody else's product or video. Unless the person that you took the video from or whatever gives you approval. Like I even had that today. This the one of my videos that I did, I was talking about an 8-year-old girl getting her hair permed. And the girl that did the video, she was like, she made, was making comments and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm surprised. It's crazy how you are under my video when I didn't even tag you. And she was like, that's because YouTube sends out copyright notifications when someone uses your content. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I've got copyrighted, but that video wasn't copyrighted though. But I've got copyrighted claims. But that was like for music and stuff like that. But that was like for music. So, and I've used other people's videos. Well, I won't say I've used other people's videos, but I've recorded other people's videos. But I don't know. Maybe they wasn't tripping. I don't know. But she happened to reach out to me. I won't say she reached out, but she happened to make a comment under the video that I made or whatever. Um, and it's the same thing like that. I used her, and that makes sense. I'm not gonna get mad. I used her video, even though it didn't have no sound or nothing. I used her video here on my platform, and she was notified. So it's like it's the same thing when you have your own business. Like you have your own business, and say I open up a beauty supply store and I start selling TGIN. Well, may she rest in peace. The owner is not, she's not alive still, but that's like the next person in charge that has ownership of her business reaching out to me, giving me a cease and assist. Thank you, Holy Spirit. A cease and assist, meaning that I need to cut off from selling their product because I don't have their consent. And if I say, and I could mail them back and be like, I'm so sorry. Let's go into, is it too late to now get into contract? I was unaware. I could pay you blase. Let's negotiate pricing or whatever. Let's negotiate this contract. Let's get into a contract. If they agree, boom. Once we come to an agreement, I get on the phone with them or whatever through paperwork, however it's done. We come on a solid agreement. We both sign at the dotted line, and then boom, every sales that I make from TGIN, I get a cut and they get a cut. That's how business works. So for anyone that wants to open up a beauty supply store, just know that you have to give these bigger companies a portion of what you're selling. So if you have these off brands, like say you have God's Chosen Hair Care in your store, best believe if you're getting my products from an outside source, let me tell you something right now. If somebody is buying my products wholesale and then they're giving it to a beauty supply store, and that beauty supply store is selling my product and I have no awareness of that, and I find that out off the cut, I'm gonna approach that freaking beauty supply store and be like, excuse me, you never asked for my opinion. I'm sorry, you never asked for my permission to resell my product in your store. I'm thankful that you want to do that, but come through, don't go through like a three-way. You know what I'm saying? That's like bootleg. You know what I'm saying? Especially if my bottles are between $20 to $30 and you're selling my products for 16, that's a problem. And you're not even giving me a cut? Like what? No, that's a huge product a problem. And it's not even that I'm greedy, it's just respect. That's like me taking somebody's hair extensions and I'm selling it. I'm buying it, but I'm really reselling it for a different price and being like, "Oh yeah, come to me. I can get you good hair bundles and stuff like that." But I'm going to somebody else. Like perfect example. I'm going to Time the Infamous, right? And she has her wig line. That's like me buying from her. That's like me buying from her, and I buy a wig and then I turn around and resell it and being like, "Oh yeah, come buy it from me. I got all the good quality wigs." But it's not me that has a good quality. She has a good quality. And I'm not even mentioning her. I'm all me, me, me. That's money hungry. And that right there is a lawsuit. Gregory Gordon, you said absolutely it's already hard for brown and black ladies and gentlemen. Let me say something. It's really not hard. It's really not hard. When you're walking with God, there's different steps. See, this is the thing. A lot of African American people, I won't say a lot, some of African American people that want to go into business, they're not willing to do the paperwork and the steps that it takes to get there. Um, I don't hear about a lot of African American people that want to go into business and spend $500,000 to $1 million in investment. Ooh, I keep spitting. In investment. Okay, you hear a lot of that with Asian and Caucasian people. They spend like $500,000 to $1 million. Why? Because people, some African American people, they wanted, they want to put a little money in, but get a whole lot of money out. That's not okay. You have to make a huge investment. Like for me, I'm thankful I found a school that is affordable, and I'm happy. And that school was like over $10,000. That's affordable for me, right? But and I, because all the other beauty supplies, I mean, all the other beauty schools here in California are like 20, 30,000. So for me to find one in a nice area for over 10,000, that's a good, but I have to make that investment. I'm working right now and I have to cut back on shopping. I have to save my money. I have to make sure I prioritize my bills and stuff like that. Um, and I could be like, oh, that's so, why can't they make it cheaper? No, you have to stop being cheap and you have to learn how to invest in yourself. You know, me investing $10,000 in myself to get back that plus more is a big investment. But a lot of people, not just African American people, a lot of people that want it easy and don't want to invest in themselves thousands of dollars, they think it's too hard. Oh, it's too, they put this weight on us. No. How much are you willing to invest in yourself? How put a value on yourself? I know it's you really can't put a value on yourself, but are you worth investing $10,000 on? Yes. Are you worth investing $500,000 to $1 million on? Yes. For your business, don't look at it as the right now. Think about your future. And that's the thing. That's how I used to think. I used to think of, well, right now I don't have the money, so I'll just wait till later. But then later comes and I still don't have the money. Looking back, if I would have invested back then, I wouldn't be in this situation where I am now, where I'm still paycheck to paycheck, still trying to put my money together and all that. No, I have to learn how to invest in myself, not just $200, not just $500, not just $1,000. I need to really dig deep and invest so I can pull out my future, so I can buy multiple cars, have assets, have property, invest. Like, people talk about flipping money. Bro, that's gambling. That's witchcraft. Don't do that. You're going to lose every single time. Oh, I invested $1,000 and I came back with $5,000. But that's so stupid, because you're going to have to keep putting money in to possibly get a higher amount back. That you never win with gambling. You never win with gambling, because in order for you to invest that money, you have to have a source of where the money is coming from. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people like to climb the ladder like that, but it all comes crumbling down because you have no foundation. Like, you made money off of betting, and when the betting don't hit, like when people do crypto falls, people put money on the stock and stuff like that. The stock be falling. And the people that do that are the people that what? Either they work at these five fortune companies or whatever, or they these people that are investing in the stock market are people that have a foundation. They have property, they have assets. These people are these people can go to the dealership and drop cash on a car. But they talk to people like me that's living paycheck to paycheck and tell you to go invest. But some of these people went to school for investment. They went to school for business. That's the part they don't say, though. Oh, come on. And you have to understand that's a shark eat shark world. So these people are telling you to invest your money because that money that you're investing out of your pocket, they're taking home and taking it to the bank. So while you getting broke, they're getting rich. Oh, okay. This is why gambling is witchcraft. But anyways, so yes, I won't just say it's hard for, African American people, or it's hard for people. Like, it's not hard for people at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just, are you willing to do the work? Um and that's another thing. Black people, and I can't speak for any other race because I always see it with black people, but black people always want this pity party. They always want to be like, oh, it's so hard for us, and it's hard to be black in America. No, it's hard to be black in America in your world because you're walking with Satan. If you were walking with God, you do you hear any Christian person saying it's hard to be black in America? No. No, you don't. You don't hear that. First off, let me turn my light on because I look kind of dark. Okay, that's a little better. Um, you don't hear anybody that's walking with God that's saying, um, being black in America is hard. No, it ain't got nothing to do with you being a certain skin color. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just about the steps you're willing to take, and how hard are you willing to work. Are you willing to lose sleep some nights? Are you willing to invest in money? Are you willing to invest your time? Like, what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up listening to certain music, hanging around with certain people, smoking, drinking, shopping, going out to parties? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you willing to change for your future? Okay. And I know I'm kind of getting off subject, but it's just like, like I said, it's ignorant to even say, that, oh, I won't support an Asian business because they don't support black people. Well, let's be real. Black people don't even support black people. Okay. Um and at the end of the day, you don't need your culture to support you, because when Jesus went to Jerusalem, they didn't even receive him. So if Jesus didn't get received by his own people, how do you think you finna get received by your own people? First off, I don't want people in the world to receive me. I want heaven to receive me. I want God to receive me. I want Jesus to receive me. When I go to heaven, it's not going to be a, oh, well done, my good and faithful servant, because you got everybody in the world to receive you. No. You feel what I'm saying? If you want applaud and you want recognition and acceptance from the world, uh you will always be disappointed, and you will always be being somebody that you're not. You'll always be working harder than you need to, and like I said, you'll always be disappointed, because one day people will be for you and the next day they'll drop you like it's nothing and tell you that you ain't never did nothing for them. Like, come on now. Like, be real. And I mean, talk about, I'm not finna go to Korean beauty supply stores. I'm not finna go to Korean restaurants. Bro, instead of bashing Koreans or whatever, why don't you try to learn from them? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you try to change how you approach them? Change how you're dressing. Change how you're talking. See, everybody want to point the finger at the next person, but nobody wants to take ownership for themselves. Like, you don't ever stop and think maybe you're the problem, and you think by you opening up a beauty supply store it's going to make everything better. Like, speak the truth. Like, speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, speak the truth for real. And these are the same people that be like, oh, God keeps blessing me. God doing things. Let me tell you something. Yeah, God in hell, the God of hell and the God of this earth is blessing you, which is going to start turn into a curse. But the God in heaven, He's trying to get you to change and renew your mind and your heart, because your heart is nasty. Because you over here talking about, I won't support these people. If you're not gonna support these group of people, don't think God in heaven is gonna support you. Because you're talking about his people. The same people you're talking about is rude and disgusting, bro. And another thing too is, when I went out to Vallejo, California, to my beauty supply store out there, when I went there, I had a guy that was at he looked like he was Asian at the register, and he followed me to the wig section, and he was like, "Let me know if you have any questions." And he stood there while I was looking at the different wigs, and as I was touching the different wigs, I was like, "Oh, this is so cute." He was like, "Oh, isn't that cute?" And he was like talking to me, bro. When I went there the second time, right? I was like, "Hey, friend," and he was like, "Hey." So he followed me again to the wig section, right? And we were talking and chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? Then he gave me a discount on the wigs. Third time I went, he hugged me. He was right in front of the cash register. So here's the cash register, and he was on this side. When he was standing on this side, he saw me come in, and I was like, "Hey, friend," and he hugged me. He was like, "Hey, friend, you look so pretty today." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And we walked as we were hugging each other, you know, back to the wig section, and we were talking it up, chopping it up, and everything. And I bought two wigs. Did I get offended the first time when I went there because he was watching me and he followed me from the cash register to the wig section? No, because I know he was doing his job. Even the people that were behind the counter that were of Asian descent were watching me as well. Did I when I held up a wig, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cute." I pointed it to him and I pointed it to her. Did I sit there and get offended? No, I engaged with them to let them know I come up in here, I want to buy some. So when I went up to the cash register, they're like, "Oh, this is so pretty, this is so cute." And I engaged with them. You know what I'm saying? And even I think even the second time I went, my friend he was helping me at first, but he had to go help somebody else. So he sent the black girl to come help me. And when that black girl was helping me, it was no aggression, it was no problem. I just, you know what I'm saying? And I walked in, I think the third time I had on like my pink sweatsuit. I had on the pink from Victoria's Secret. It was pink sweats and a pink sweatshirt. And I had my cute little wig on. End up buying two wigs. Like y'all need to stop being so offended. Y'all need to get that spirit of offense off of you, because every little thing offends y'all. You know what I'm saying? Every little thing offends y'all. And y'all cannot put y'all problems and y'all insecurities and y'all egos on somebody else. Like, just because y'all have an offensive problem and you guys get offended by every little thing, that ain't got nothing to do with Korean people, Asian people, white people, black people. That's a you thing, not a them thing. Okay? You need to work that out. Okay? You need to get delivered from that offensive spirit, because that's an offensive spirit. And for you to sit there and talk about, "Oh, I'm not going to support this group of people," is so ignorant. And it's 2024. You talking like you're in 2020. That's 2020 vibes you're giving. Like, why don't you stop saying who you not going to support? It's crazy how people say, "I'm not going to support them," but yet they want support. You know what I'm saying? Today I had to make a phone call to my to my healthcare people at a certain place where I'm getting treatment at, and I had to tell one of the head nurses about another nurse. But I made it very clear, I'm not trying to down talk this nurse. I'm not trying to, but I just want to express my experience, and so nobody else, experiences what I experience. But I was like, I don't want to make it seem like this nurse is a bad person, because it's not that. It's just, I just think that I'm just looking out for her well-being. And it's just a way how you say things. You know what I'm saying? It's a way how you say things. And I feel like if people would stop trying to divide people and stop trying to talk about, oh, I feel like I'm talking really loud. I feel like I'm talking really loud. I feel like I'm talking really loud, and I don't. Anyways, um, but anyways, what was I saying? If people would stop saying that they're not going to support people and just start supporting people, and if people like cut them off, or whatever, maybe you're spending those higher prices because God's trying to take you up a notch. Maybe God's trying to tell you something. Maybe God's trying to show you something. He's trying to tell you, stop paying these small prices and step your weight up. Because I figured that out. I started seeing the prices that I was once paying. You know what I'm saying? The prices that I was once paying, I'm like, okay, I'm not paying these little prices anymore. I'm not paying these big girl prices, like big league prices. And it was because God was taking me up a notch. He's like, all right, stop. He was taking me up a notch. I went from Metro PCS to a Verizon. You know what I'm saying? He's taking me up a notch. I'm going from a 1-bedroom apartment to a 4, 5, 7-bedroom house. Like, God is trying to take me up a notch. He's trying to take me to a condo. You know what I'm saying? Being on Section 8 to a $2.4 million house. Like, step. People want to talk about step your weight up. You can't be trying to step your weight up and you talking about this expensive, this needs to be cheaper and all sorts of stuff. Like, come on now. Like, you know, and you have to understand too that a lot of these Korean people are going in the hood, which is very dangerous, right? And people could be walking in there with guns, knives, you know what I'm saying? They have to protect people, you know what I'm saying? People over there going in their pocket, they're not always thinking somebody about to steal. Where do you think people be holding their thing at? It be in their pants, right? Where do you think people be holding their knives at? It be in their sleeve, it be in their pocket. So when they see somebody going in their pocket, you feel me? And they dressed in all black with the hood on, let somebody walk in your facility looking like that. Come on now, man. But I think I exhausted this whole thing. I think I got my point across and said what I needed to say. Um, I just cannot believe that people are still talking about it. I can't believe that some people are back to this ridiculous topic. It's very heinous. It's very ignorant. It's very, I don't even want to say racist. It's ignorant. It's stupid. It's cowardly. You need to grow up. It's like, just grow up. Grow up. If you are seriously saying you're not going to support these certain businesses because of your ego or because you're just grow up. Grow up. You know what I'm saying? Grow up. There's a fine line between going to a business where um you know there's a fine line between going to a place of business and they are behind talking about you gonna pay for that, right? That's one thing. But if they're like allowing you to freely shop but they're keeping their eye on you, that's just them doing their job and protecting their freaking business. Okay, because you're only there in that beauty supply store for that moment. When you leave, you're no longer there. As you're walking out, there could be somebody going in there rampaging the whole store. I mean, they literally have been closing down so many stores across the US. Why? Because of smash and goes. And some of these people talking about, oh, I'm gonna open up my own store. I'm opening up my own store. Okay, well, you better pray to God that when you open up your own store, the same thing you try to speak bad about somebody, about their business, and backlash them and defame them and their character. Pray to God that doesn't happen to you, because you're gonna get a taste of your own medicine if you don't renew your mind and your heart. That's big facts. That's big facts. And if you think that you could just, and people talking about, oh, I'm gonna sell um all black products. Like, okay, you go ahead and be a beauty supply store for all just black people, for all. go ahead. Go ahead. But it's crazy because it's not like you're going to have salon quality grade products in your Beauty Supply store, because your Beauty Supply store is either going to be for only cosmetologists, licensed cosmetologists, or it's going to be for the public. So there's going to be certain products in there that you're not going to be able to sell because it's only for licensed cosmetologists. And I don't want to hear how you got stuff locked up. No, no, no. Keep that stuff out in the open. Don't be locking stuff up. Don't be locking stuff up. Anyways, I'm gonna get up off this live. I said all that I need to say. I'm gonna continue to relax, enjoy my night. Um, I'm gonna be back on live probably tomorrow because there's another topic that I want to talk about. Yeah, there's another topic that I want to talk about. So I appreciate you guys for joining and listening to what not I don't even want to say listen to what I have to say, but I just thank you guys for watching. Um and all that good stuff. I'm about to enjoy the rest of my night. And yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow when I go live. Um yeah, I'm definitely going to try to go live before I go to work tomorrow. So, and if I don't, then um actually, I would definitely be on live before I go to work tomorrow because I don't have to go to work tomorrow until, oh shoot, never mind. It is 2:30. Never mind. Anyways, I'm gonna try to go on live tomorrow before I go to work. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. I love all you guys with the love of Christ. And for anyone that has this mindset, please renew your mind. Please get a walk with God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, because we need God's love, not the devil's hate. Okay. And so bye, you guys.